Dr. Syed, you are the CIO of Ajizi Developments, right? Which is obviously known by everyone, one of the very largest and private real estate developers in the region. Obviously, previously you worked in many organizations, which includes even Etisalat. Tell us, what do you think about the correlation between digital transformation and cyber risk? And also, as an extension, what is your IT security advice for those who are embarking or accelerating their digital transformation journey this year?
Thank you. So if you say in the last decade, we are actually tremendously, regardless of the industries, we are mostly heading to digital transformation journey in different organization, different industry into that. Really, we are doing tremendous job in transformation, especially digital transformation has become very a bit a favorite topic in new normal because of the situation. But at the same time, we are also introducing risk while we are going ahead with this digital transformation journey. So in this transformation, we are using, let's say, 5G or an RPA, any kind of enabler we are adding to the transformation, and we are getting the help of this, or IoT or anything. Every one of these enablers of the digital transformation has got its own, I will say, the cyberspace and own nature of risk. So that so we are introducing the risk actually at the end of the day when we're doing it. For example, I was looking into some of these reports from Gartner, and then I saw, yes, almost like different organization is their findings is that 69% of this organization, they are more getting they're transforming themselves digitally. At the same time, if it's from the same source, if I see in this year report, they have another study for enterprise risk management. And in that, for cybersecurity risk, that is introduced 48% minimum. This is purely cybersecurity risk. Only for digital transformation, this is 29% risk is added. So and that is why we are going more with a transformation. At the same time, we are introducing more risks. That is their stat, and I do agree with that one. What I'll say that, for example, when we are, let's talk about just a scenario for, let's say we want to automate kind of repetitive work in bank reconciliation, and we want to use RPA. So imagine we are giving a bot access to the level of access to our accounts, to our more than PII kind of information is giving to the bot. And if this bot is not secured by design from the beginning, if this awareness is not there, the users who are utilizing this bot, then what will happen? This will be really a mess. So, so what I understand, when we are going with the digital transformation, definitely this is a journey, and we take small different projects under a transformation program. So in that kind of small project, that security, this digital risk management should be a milestone, not as a kind of task. It should be a milestone inside the project. So we'll say, yes, we are this is digital risk protection. In that milestone, what we will do, we will take care of from the beginning. When we're designing the project, we embedded this kind of protection from the beginning. Number one. Number two is that if necessary, if we are touching any system because of for the sake of transformation, that system again should be validated with security measures. Number three, that whoever the stakeholder is, who will utilize this small project for transformation, they should be fully aware of what kind of digital risks involved there, and they should be further trained to protect themselves from any kind of digital breaches.
on the subject of OT, do you think? Because I totally agree. There's lots of stuff out there beyond the traditional IT, and do you think that's had enough kind of investment and focus from a cybersecurity perspective? Because I think a lot of that kind of operational technology started off being, wired, and it's only really just been opened up for connectivity in the last few years. And often that, it hasn't been designed with that in mind. Are there enough people working in the field of OT security, for example, compared to IT security? And I guess, I think probably the second point, maybe to Saeed's point on the supply chain and things like the bots was, do you think it's possible to do that sort of good security assessment of all of those things within your supply chain if you're using a third-party bot? How can you validate the security of that supplier in your ecosystem?
Yes, supply chain when we are talking about the supply chain security and this IT security or OT security, these are a very big challenge for us who is responsible for IT or security. So what is happening? The first thing is what I see that whoever the stakeholders involved in this entire supply chain or entire this value chain, they have very less awareness about the security. Then we can talk about the budget, for example. Very less awareness. And being this IT professional, I believe this is our responsibility to create this awareness. For example, that I'm starting from the top floor to shop floor, whatever we call it, from the board up to the people who is giving us even a cup of tea in the morning with a nice smile. I'm talking all of them. This is A to Z. We should have that is my personal. This is my personal belief that we should air all of them. Then, for example, if we air the first, we are starting from the top, and you know that when you start from the top and you get the support and commitment from the board level, then things become easier. So fortunately, we have this environment here in Azizi. So what is happening? So with this, awareness is very important. Whoever is from the board, then from the senior management, from and whoever the stakeholders involved in entire value chain, that awareness is very much important. We have to aware them, and we have to let them know that the thing is what are the possible entire risks involved in entire value chain. One simple attack, if you see in a Verizon's report, and you will see till today, phishing is one of the top 8 attacks. And phishing, this is attacking our data, whether this is inside data or this is we are talking about outside the digital platform or our inside platform, whatever we're talking. And that is till today, I don't know. Only with the technology you can block. You can say yes, I'm secured 100% with the phishing. No. So this is completely, you have to build up the human firewall. And human firewall cannot be built without a proper awareness from the top to shop floor entire. So that is one of the awareness part. I believe this is we have to do. Second part is, you said this budget. Yes, that is very important factor. And I was also trying to convince my senior management and board and telling them that whatever the budget we are having, the total, this X amount, as per the different states, even from the good sources, IDC and Gartner's, they're saying at least 0.5% to be, whatever, 0.5% to be allotted for a digital platform, cybersecurity, information security, whatever we are calling them, this entire security zone. So that is a concern. Allotting budget, especially for a digital side, is very challenging. It is tough to convince the management. It's tough to explain them properly. Once it is explained, once they realize the risks involved, and once they realize the value of the data, then definitely we can make it happen. The entire chain can be taken care of that way. These are the concerns that I believe we have to take awareness, and then we have to create actually a environment like this. Everybody should be aware of cybersecurity. We do regular campaign here and simulation for phishing, and then analyze the report, and then we show it to the people. Yeah, this is the things happening. And we see also lots of in simulation, some people are caught in, even in phishing. So
Right.
they do. Yeah.
Whose job it is really to worry about the supply chain, and how can you keep your suppliers compliant with your from a cybersecurity perspective?
I would say this is a shared responsibility. Whoever is responsible for that segment of the cyber chain, supply chain, and then IT definitely is a shared responsibility. It's not like this is IT will secure your external digital platform as well as the internal part, and then everybody is just clean up their hand. That's all. It will not work that way. So this is the shared responsibility in between the stakeholders as well as IT. But this is a common practice if you look into any of these standards like NIST or NIST, or if you talk about 27001. So always there is some common or the good practices are there for how you control your supply chain. Recent example, let's say we are migrating to cloud or from one cloud to another cloud. What happens? Yeah, I don't this from cloud A to cloud B. I'm migrating. I did not see the infrastructure of. I don't have any clue about the infrastructure. Am I right? I don't have the clue about their how the architectural design is there. I don't know how the security is there. So only I can bind them with this some good practice and the reference of some standards like 27001 or NIST. And these are the best practices. Even we have also our external parties management policies clearly defined, policy, procedure, and process and procedure. So these three things are clearly defined. Any vendor is coming, they have to comply with this policy. So in that policy, you will see the stakeholders. One is whatever the main stakeholder. Let's say this is engineering or something. Then human resource, IT, procurement. 4 segments are connected here. Through this complete the process of that. So policy is defined based on the processes developed, and the procedure is managed that way. So I'll say that this is a completely shared responsibility, and then we can give the we can bind our supplier with this with the proper practices and policies, and that really will help. This is our administrative control. But when you come to the technical, definitely we should have a technical policy and enforcement tool. We should have a proper policy policy in place, so that we can see what is actually happening in entire chain. So I said it's technical and administrative. Both control are important here, and both control to be Finally, one statement I have to say that personally, personally I believe like that. If I have $1 to spend, I will at least 5 pills I will keep for my cybersecurity or digital risk protection.
Absolutely.